Hello, welcome. It is time to start a new world, and this is one that I've been curious about for quite a while. We're going to be doing Leaf's new meta adventure. I could tell some stories about this world already without ever having even played it. Let's just say the first time this was submitted, it had around 100 rooms. Every update that came in increased the room count, and it's currently sitting at 334. So a lot of rooms here, moving target. I don't know if it's going to increase more while I'm playing this or afterward, but anyway, this is a snapshot of this version of this at 334 rooms, 268, so more rooms than number of times the world was saved. Welcome, this world focuses on mainly on meta mechanics. And this is a long world, so get ready. May need to restore, soft locks impossible to remove because of game design, keep that in mind. Okay, for more info, read the signs in the starting room. Okay. So, let's see what's happening in Leaf's new meta adventure. The start. Alright, long sign for a long world. Enter the tower, get 4 prime keys and 6 single mechanic based areas. Alright, a familiar format. Tower Destiny times 2. Uh-huh. Alright. Ideas from other worlds. What's that gonna mean? Remixes of rooms, maybe? We'll find out. Okay. So author's commentary in the first room, that's fine. Meta things. So I'm not sure what meta means in this context just yet. Alright. Oh cool, there are moments of fun. I look forward to those. Alright. Next we're... Okay. What are you talking about? I'm just a humble little ferret wandering around and solving things as I find them. Living a ferret's life. Turn order and waypoint puzzles count as meta puzzles. Okay. Oh boy, okay, so... Uh-huh. Oh, you figured out the markup for controls, of course. Yeah, so there are ways to put... let's see, if I would switch to the keyboard, now it's going to do that. If I'd wait on a gamepad, then it switches to this, right? Yeah, so you can't actually do this as described with the D-pad. Anyway, yeah, so there's a funny little thing about the way movement is processed in this game that allows basically holding 2 directions at once to get key repeats in opposite directions but go in one direction. I have fixed several bugs related to this, reported by this author. By request, I'm leaving in the primary thing where you can go faster. So I'm holding left, I'm holding right, those are the speeds. How's this again? So I hold left, I hold right, I hold left, I hold right, I tap up. Okay, so it's the other way around. So it's the opposite direction is how I start. Right, left, up. Okay, left, right, up. So it's uneven. Like you saw, I was getting, like, the repeats were happening very close together, like 2 at a time. Then the left to right movement was much more even. So it has to do with when the keys are pressed. Yeah, you can only do this on a keyboard unless you set your button controls really weird. Anyway, yeah, so I would not personally recommend doing this, but I've done my best to ensure that things will no longer break under those circumstances. In the current version of this game, at the time of this recording, I think the published version still has some weird stuff with replays for it. I may have to double check that. But yeah, if it doesn't work properly in this version, it will shortly. But yeah, I just would not recommend doing this. Can definitely cause serious problems in previous versions of the game. Badges. Counted for full 100% of the world. Do things around the world. Okay. Update log. Okay. So this is post-game stuff, and this is also post-game stuff? Alright, so don't go into those yet. This is how to access the tower, so here's where things start. Okay, snakes. There's a waypoint in there, and how's that ever going to get activated? Well, when the room is clear, how's that going to happen? Oh, right, there's also a ladder. So we got a little tiny maze here. This was not the way to go. With the room size in this game, there's only so much mazing you can do unless you go multi-room. Part 2. New info. Alright, well, I'm gonna get locked in here. I was advised to save. But I don't need to save this in particular. Alright, so hop over that. Trapdoor. Right, so limited number of traversals to get the snakes where they need to be, to get all the way over. Looks like it's gonna be this many. And then leave the room to be able to traverse to the other place. Or do this. To make this extra puzzle, you could put a closing monster gate there. Because otherwise, I could have just walked out of the room from here after killing the snake and gone this way. But either way works. Crossroad. Okay, can't do anything here yet. That's for later. 5 paths. Alright, so I got this to open that, this to open that. Anything more to this than it looks like? Not that I'm currently spotting. Okay. Ah, there's one thing. I want to keep the flying snake alive for a little bit longer. And I could go south or I could go east. Alright, so in that case... there are lots of ways I could handle doing this. Well, actually, I know what's down here, but I don't know where it leads. Okay. Sure. Guess that answers that. First, metamechanic. Metamechanics are the main mechanics in this world. Okay. I don't know what this means yet. So now I can see Slug doing things. Can't go south here. Okay, yeah, don't understand what those words are saying just yet, but perhaps with time I will. More meta. So clear that, come back to actually go across the trapdoor. Now, hold on, in this room... Oops. Oh, I think I get it. So check this out. I'm gonna play this room again. And the flying snake started here when I entered from the ladder. That gave me some spacing. If I do things this way, I can't keep it alive to get over here. Now I get it. I just did the thing by accident. Okay. So it says meta basically just means multi-pass, kinda? Alright, yes, this is, this feels referential to the snake pit from Tower of Destiny, just in terms of how the rooms are constructed. Loop! Okay, sure, I can loop. Oops. I can also wait when I should be attacking. Would not recommend that, though. Alright, and underground is complete. Ladder resets. Rooms resets. Not all rooms are possible immediately. Monster gates stay open once open. I learned that just now. Also, there's a waypoint. Bombs! Yep, so following element order of the Destiny Tower, right? So now, gotta go here to get there. Neat. I have entered the cave. It is 2 levels deep, at least. Another maze. Alright, this one's a little bit easier to parse. So that would get me to further up and... Alright, so I will be using a star key to get out of here. There's my button. So, switch falls. bomb bug cannot see me from there yet, but I can do waypoint things. Okay. So I need to enter from waypoint elsewhere. That is fine. Sure. Now I could also go to there for no reason. Okay, that was supposed to let me... Okay, the actual route through here that was meant to happen was I would come in, activate those waypoints, go here, turn back around. These were meant to just be same route waypoints. Got it. Okay. But since I had access to one elsewhere, that was another way I could do it. I guess if you wanted to enforce that, this could be a trapdoor. There's one way that could work. Whoa! Okay. Right. So I can go there, bomb bug doesn't see me on turn 0, so it stays in place, and instead I will blow it up manually. Alright. Yeah, so focusing on, like, simple puzzles that focus on... What's going on here? Why is there, like, these bright spots here? What does that tile normally look like? Is there another example of it somewhere? No bright spots there. What am I seeing? Like, these 3 pixels and these 3 pixels look brighter than I would expect, and I'm wondering why. Is there an interaction between the... Yeah, so compare that to this. It looks totally different. This one's dark. What? It's the same situation? Do I have an auto-tiling error? I think I'm seeing an auto-tiling error here. Something looks wrong. Okay, I will look into it further. Anyway, teleporters. So I will need that active... So, bomb bug needs to go somewhere. Problem is, I do not have the waypoint active. Other problem is, room does that one... Well, sure, just do this. That's the way to get it out of the way. Now, if I teleport there, I get exploded. So what I want to do is move the bomb bug like this, move the bomb bug like that, bring it here. That will work. Okay. Ferret igniter? I don't want to be ignited, that sounds terrible. So right, here is sacrifice altar. Here are waypoints to do things. Looks like I do not want to sacrifice these bomb bugs though. So I wanted to avoid having done that. And now that the waypoints are already active, that should become possible. There we go. Cool. Alright. Key. Key of green. And I do not want this to be used. And how will I avoid that? Not like this. Not like this. With the room clear, though, let's see, if I would travel over here, that'd be no good. I would just get stuck. Okay, this is what the description was talking about with soft locks due to game design. I understand. Okay, this is a conundrum. Wait, that's out of range of this. Okay. I did not quite parse that that would put the explosion out of range of the toggle switch. Well, also, waypointing away from an explosion in such a short distance is something I'm not used to thinking about. So yeah, that puzzle got me a little bit. Push block. So key again. Alright, I got the key. Now I probably want to open this now, I'm thinking. Leave the room, come back. With it open, it stays out of the way, and nothing actually happens. But I can leave here. Alright, that mostly worked out, except for this, which is toggled by things. Okay, there we go. That all did the job. Inversion, you say? Ah, that's going to be to do with... Yep, so leave that and come back. Right, also, if you want to activate this waypoint, you have to wait one here, because they don't activate on turn 0. I want to test something. Yeah, so pressing the interact button does nothing on an inactive waypoint. So you have to be able to spend one turn there. That's a thing that puzzles could be built about. Like, put hot coals here and an inability to actually move. So you'd have to activate this from another pass through the room, then enter here and be able to actually use it on turn 0. Giving me ideas. What's this about? So do I want to clear the bomb bug? I believe so, yes. Then I go... So this will just be some sort of dead end, I suspect. Wait... Yeah, so now... No, I can still get through here, that's fine. Grave! Alright, very quiet here. Somberly pay respects to this grave. Give it a little bump. It's a bump of respect. Okay. Anyway, this didn't work. I think there was something else I needed to do here. No, there wasn't. No, I just leave here and this door's already open. Didn't parse that this was initially open. Alright. So... I see. I would use the grave or ferret igniter to get here. And since the room is clear now, I can leave. This is fine. Yeah, so this is the room boundaries world. Ultra meta! Alright, few key types, no choices yet. Still no choices yet other than to leave the room with the key. And I guess I could waypoint in. Is there anything under this door? No. This one? No. The push block started there. So I need the sky key, which I think means this. And Infernal I would get by using the sky key. I don't need to use my Terra key yet. Oh, but I can't travel out of here now, because there's a bomb bug guarding the way. Right, okay. But there's an east exit. Go back! Alright, I will. Okay, but am I trapped? Well, no, I can use the sky key I got to escape and come back. Here we go. Still not needing to use the Terra key so far. That doesn't do anything for me. So for now, I'll just assume I don't use it. Okay, so now I need to pull you up here, and then back down. Alright, I made off with a Terra key. Fair enough. Alright. Here's a gate. Okay, so then I need to go here, which is accessible from... Where am I even? I haven't been down there, but I have a star key now, So I need to go back to another maze. Right. Okay, so seeing the way these rooms are put together, it's now making a lot more sense to me how it ended up that the room count increased so quickly while the revision count didn't increase as quickly. So, yeah, each room expresses a relatively simple concept, at least so far. And I can understand how you could make a whole bunch of these at once. Yeah, there's just this subtle story told by the revision number that's shown and the room number and how those two compare to each other. Like, very intricate worlds are going to have a very different number balance. I want to say this might be the only world that has a revision number less than its room count. And that's just an interesting... Maybe there are others. I haven't really looked. But this was very notable for being one. Here we go, alright, reached the central hub. Right, I cleared the Snake Dungeon and the Bumbug Dungeon. So now we got Ocean, Tower, yeah, sure. Lagoon, Rocky Mountains, and Snowy Grounds. Okay, let's go to the ocean. Angry Eyes are here. Alright, go west, get to a sandy place with eyes. Sounds familiar. Eyes? Yep. Alright, so I need something. Probably that key. Oops. You got me. I got you. There we go. So if you wanted to, you could probably use this world as a... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. If you wanted to, you could probably use this world as an introduction to the game mechanics rather than Tower of Destiny, because it's going through the same beats and carefully introducing everything. I have felt at times that perhaps Tower of Destiny ended up being more, a little more unforgiving than I would want for an introductory world. And I had been thinking, okay, I see something here. I could do this differently. Actually, no. Actually, yes. So, now what's over here? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So I would get trapped in if I did that. I spotted that it was possible to kill these in the other order. And it seemed like a good idea, and it was. Yeah, so vaguely had thoughts about making another world that could serve as a gentler introduction. I haven't actually done anything about that yet, but it's been on my mind. Alright, so I need to go down here and come back to be able to kill that thing. Oh boy, not much here. Alright, if I would switch to the keyboard, that outline goes away. So yeah, you can just see there's nothing but pits and one little platform to stand on. Right. Yeah, so it is pretty neat to be playing a thing that is fully dedicated to the, all the dynamics of a, oh, I can't, oh yes I can, there's a stepping stone there. What happens when room transitions happen. That's a corner of the mechanics that has lots of room for exploration. Something went wrong. I suppose I needed to leave without killing one of those angry eyes. Here we go, pure ocean. Alright. So if I do this now, then I can probably get back. What does this do? Open that. Okay, neat. So this, and that, and key for me. Neat. Okay. Alright. So I can go... Wait, what's this room? That's where I'm going to be returning to. Already did that, that's fine. Whoops. Yeah. Too long of a path. Now there's stuff down here. Okay, so just a connection to wherever you see sand. And I'm gonna make stepping stones with those push blocks. Okay. And how's that going to help me with anything? Doing those things did not seem to. What other choices did I have? Well, here's one. Okay. So now... I see. Can't hit a switch across rooms. Those don't usually show up at room edges, but here one did. Okay, so I'm going to need some way to get closer to that angry eye, and this provides one. Neat. Alright, now I seem to have a problem. And the way I will solve that is like this. Cool. Okay, was there a west here? There was a west here, and also a key that I need to get. So, pushing things around. You get out of the way so I can turn around. Glitch! Oh no, there's a hole into space right in the middle of the ocean. Should tell somebody about that. Alright, so north. Target is 12 Terra keys. In the way. So I'm gonna guess up here is, yep, as I suspected. Just a little turnaround. That did the job. Cool. So here is chain reaction. Oh, there's a ladder under there. I see. Should I go down? I suspect so. Can't use this, ever, unless an angry eye helps me with it. Another hole into space. Deeper than that hole. Alright. The sharpness of this boundary bothers me slightly. I have some... on the north end of a transition between pit and space. I have a transition that's like this but going deeper down into space. But here in the corners I haven't done any such thing. However, for the aesthetic of this room, it's actually preferable that it be sharp-cornered like this. The auto-tiling in this game is something that I just never actually finish tweaking. It always needs more work, it seems like. Why did you die? Because that toggle switch opened your floor. Okay, cool. Alright. So, there's that key. Can't get it from here, I presume. Not quite. Okay. But I can do those things and turn around. The wall! But there are no walls, only water and sand. But from the perspective of being underwater, there are walls. That's what the sand is. I skipped some things. I guess I'll go up on the west and then down on the east. Something like that. Okay, end of wall. Oh, this is the wall. Okay, sure. I guess it would be visible from here. So, entering from the west... Yeah, I need to pay close attention because if I exit out there and come back here, this... well, I can always just re-exit there. But I might as well do this now. Just because the block would get in the way otherwise. Okay. Grave again. Okay. Bump. The bump of respect for the grave. Alright, I wonder if there's gonna be some sort of meta puzzle about these graves. I have found 2. This is one. This is another. Okay, I may need to note those coordinates or something. Or maybe not, maybe they're just for fun. But I note that they are there and they're conspicuous. Sokoban? I know that game. Okay. Yeah, this is Microban 1. Pretty close. The classic. Alright, now how is that going to... Well, I need one of these free and one of them here. And then, actually, before any of that, I need to go down here. Okay. One way. Alright, so... Okay, but then that's in the way, but I can get it out of the way by doing this. Cool. Alright. So, one way. Ooh, look at this. What does it mean for a ladder to be on water? This ladder is two-way. I think what's going to end up happening is if I go to the up ladder in the screen below, it will simply refuse to allow me to climb. Yeah, there's basically like 3 different options here. One is to refuse to allow to climb. I think that's what's going to happen. One is to climb and instantly die on turn 0, which would be terrible, because then you couldn't really recover other than restoring. The other would be to allow being on top of the water for a turn. That's the second most likely. But I think I have it so you just can't climb. So... I need to climb up here. Oh, so it is the exist on the water for a turn option. Fascinating. Alright, and this is used in a puzzle, so I can never change it, but that's alright. I can allow that. I mean, like, Leaf's hanging onto the ladder. What's wrong with this? There's nothing wrong with it. But if he spends too long, he'll just accidentally slip and fall. And he can jump off, but it's too far to jump back on. It's fine, it makes sense! Sure, let's put it that way. Alright. And then I'll come back on the other water ladder. Yeah, so do anything on that tile, and a ferret will sink in the water. How comfortable are real ferrets with swimming? That is a bit of research I did not do before playing this game. Playing. Or before developing it, either. Alright, I can do that. Do I want to? Probably not yet. I mean, I can, but I want to keep the bomb bug alive for a moment. Wait a second. No, this is not a problem because I can walk around that way. I just noticed those closed monster gates and wonder if I needed to save this room for after I'd cleared everything else here. Oh, right, I'm not in a preview, that's right. Actually, I'm standing. Alright, so you could be kept alive for a moment. Is that what I want to do? What do I desire? So I want the final kill to happen when I'm standing here. Or here would work. Since there's a monster gate here, I feel like the idea is that I would make the last kill there, but I don't think I can do that. So the way I'm seeing looks like this. Yeah, there may have been another one, that's the one I saw. Alright, no coming back to that room. So 11 out of 12 Terra keys. I'm 1 short. Ah, and the last one is hiding here in this room. Right, and I get that by going all the way out. Okay. So there we go. And a prime key for me, 1 of 4 to access the tower. Neat. Alright, so Snake Cave, Bug Cave, and Ocean are done. So next time I'll pick another path and see what's in it.